All right guys, progressive programming skill for this month, we're gonna be focusing on some open-esque movement patterns just to kind of work on preparing ourselves for the open in February, assuming that we're still gonna stick with that time frame. So we're gonna be going through this week 4 rounds of 30 seconds on, 30 seconds off. Now the goal is move with quality, try to maintain a consistent rep scheme from round to round. Okay, so station 1, we're gonna begin with strict handstand push-ups. Last year, or 2 years ago during the open, we had our strict handstand push-ups pop up, and we wanna make sure that we are developing that strength because it's also still gonna transfer over to our kipping handstand push-ups or any other overhead work. So if we do not have a strict handstand push-up, let's think about maybe working with a modification of up to 2 ab mats. If we go anything beyond 2 ab mats, we're really not getting the range of motion that we need to at least develop the strength for that pattern. So what we'll do for today is we're gonna modify it with a dumbbell Z press. Okay, so as I set myself up, we wanna work with something heavy enough that we're gonna be able to maintain reps. Remember, we're going for 30 seconds here. If we're doing 1 rep every 10 seconds, we're not gonna get the benefit. So challenging enough, but maybe more moderate than actually heavy like we would typically see in a scaled version of a workout. So when I get myself into this position, I wanna maintain ribs down, and as I press, I want that full extension at the elbows, shoulders are fully locked out to where that line from wrist, shoulder, and hip are essentially in line, okay? So that's gonna be our goal that we're gonna work for. So that's our Z press. Then we've got wall balls. So for this cycle, we're gonna be playing around with different variations. So depending on what you have available, if you have height, we're going for high. If you have weight, we're going for heavier wall balls. So typically we would have a 14 for the ladies, 20 for the men, maybe 20 for the ladies, 30 for the men, if you have it available. Also, we can still work on the height with that high wall ball. So let's just try to think about maintaining consistent pattern. You only have 30 seconds of work. So we'll start off getting ourselves set, all the way up, receiving into our squat. If we find ourselves breaking or losing position, maybe shorten up the height, but let's try to maintain consistent pattern without dropping it within that 30 seconds. Then we've got our kipping toes to bar. So for this week, we're gonna be working on our toes to bar. 2-point contact, same time. We don't have our toes to bar on point. Let's think about maintaining a set height, whether our toes can come eye level, chin level, whatever the case is. If we find ourselves losing that height, then we need to stop, shake it out, come back to it to where we can maintain, okay? After that, we've got a 10-minute AMRAP going from a Calorie Row, 15 for the ladies, 20 for the men, followed with single arm strict press. So if you didn't get enough strict press in our EMOM, here we're going single arm, 8 on one side, then switch it over for an additional 8. You cannot switch until you complete the 8, so start on your weaker side. Have fun, guys.